Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Couch Crocheter. We're at episode 77, featuring February's slippers. I really like the pattern that I chose for this month. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Couch Crocheter. I wanted to go over with you guys the pattern that I chose for February. First, I'll go over with you the yarn that I used. Now, in the pattern, she did call for Thick and Quick, Woolies Thick and Quick. And she used 2.5 skeins. Now, that is approximately 250 yards. So I looked through my yarn stash, and I don't have 3 skeins of any of my woolies. That is a number 6 yarn. So then I looked through all my other yarn, and I also do not have at least 250 yards in any kind of the number 6. Other than the Caron anniversary cakes, which is what I've used for last month's slipper. So that is what I used, and I'll show it to you again just in case you missed any of them. I'm not going to take it all the way out of this Target bag here, my bag oh shame, because I don't want to mess it all up. But there it is, all of its beautiful colors. So I'm going to go with this. Took approximately 250 yards. Guys, I just want to share something with you. Honey got these bags. They were going to be thrown out from downstairs. And they got them on a pallet because they do get pallets from Target. Well, they used to. I don't know what they get now. But anywho, this came on a pallet and they were going to throw them away because they can't use them. So I thought, well, what the heck, I'll use them up here for my bags of shame. And I just realized there's one thing that I do love about them. They come with this like slit where you can stick your yarn through and it just like feeds out. So my bags of shame, my Target reusable bags, and I'm not sponsored by Target. This is not a plug for them. I just love that their reusable bags have a slit for my yarn to fit through for when I put my projects in here for my bags oh shame. So that's that. So again, I think I used about 250 yards. That color is called Tropical Butterfly. I did end up using a J hook just as it was recommended in the pattern. The pattern is called Crochet Beginner Boots Slippers for Men and Women. And the person who I got the pattern from is here on YouTube. And her name is Sirens Crochet. I will link that down below. And it's SIRIN''S. So then I'll insert pictures here of what they look like. And I'll go over the pattern with you since I'm already going over the yarn. There are 2 things that I love about this pattern. The first thing I love about the pattern is the bottom of them. Let me see which one's better to compare. Oh yeah, this one. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but it kind of gets fat, right? And then it gets skinny, and then there's like a thing for your sole. So I don't know if all of them do this. I know the first one that I did, and that was my first pair of slippers, so I have nothing else to compare to. It was all one shape. It was just flat bottom. Well, it wasn't flat, but I didn't do any more stitches down here to make this like actually look like a foot should look. So I loved that. And the creator with Sirens Crochet, she's from a foreign, well, I don't know where she is actually. I didn't even look that up. Let's just say that she has an accent, and I love her accent. I did not find it troubling as to following the pattern with her accent. You know, if anything else, I enjoyed her accent. So that's one thing I loved. There's going to be one thing that I did not prefer with this pattern. And because I do still classify myself as a beginner, and it definitely has beginner in the title of it. Again, I love the sole. That was one piece, and I thought that I would hate it because I had to cut off the sole and then tuck it in and then start over. That wasn't a problem whatsoever. Did not mind that at all. Then I got the first, 3 rows done, I think, or maybe 2 rows. Then she tells you that you have to double crochet 3 together. Okay, not a problem. But she doesn't tell you the exact stitch count that you have to do this on from, I think, like the 2nd row all the way up till the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9th row. She does not tell you the stitch count. She doesn't say, like, you know, go, I don't know, I'm just throwing a number out here, 13, then do it. She says, fold it in half, trace the middle stitch, and that's where your middle is. Well, as a beginner, you know, the first row I did great. The 2nd row, I was one off to the left, and I didn't realize it until I went to the 3rd row. So then I had to rip out all of the 3rd row and half of the 2nd row to figure out that I was off by a stitch because there was no stitch count to go by. She just said, find the middle and go for it. That's the only thing that I did not like about the pattern. Now, the other thing that I do love about the pattern is that I did learn something new. Well, actually 2 things new. The one thing I already showed you, the bottom. Love the bottom. Love how it looks like a foot. The other thing that is new to me that I learned, and let me see which one you can see better on here. I'm going to go with this guy. Do you see the border? Do you see how it's like looped around? That's not something I ever did before. And what you do is a backwards crochet. There's a backwards crochet. And it creates like this very cute, very sturdy, very like, you know, the edge of a sock kind of, or the edge of a boot, border around it. And I love it. And I got thinking, like, I wonder how that would look in like on a blanket, or how that would look like on a scarf if I ended like a scarf like that. So this might be something that I visit again. Now, with all the other stuff that I have going on over the next month, because the slipper's done in that part of the challenge that I have going on for myself. I have not done the Grateful Dead hoodie for this month, which is February. And I have not touched the mandala blanket for like at least a week and a half, I think. And I have a long way to go with that. So I've got to get my butt moving on that. So I have a month and a half to finish that. And then within this next month, which is also a short month, February, I have to do a Grateful Dead hoodie. So the slippers are done. So if I have more time, I am going to make another pair because I do absolutely love the pattern. And I loved the way they turned out. And they did kind of turn out the same size, as you can see. And again, this is just something that's going to occur whenever you're doing 2 of something that's supposed to match. You know, at least I know I can't ever do it the same. So it is just a wee bit off. I wouldn't say by much. And she did say that these would fit a size 7, 8, or a 9. Or was it a 6, 7, or 8? But then she also stated that because this is so elasticy, that it will definitely stretch to form. So I'm very, very happy with those. So guys, there's just one other thing that I want to go over before I do my daily reading. Tonight I was cleaning up at headquarters over on that section. You know, I had yarn all over the floor from my clippings and just stuff that needed to be reorganized. And I was over there and I was admiring Thomas. Now, his name is Thomas. He is my money tree plant that someone gave me as a headquarters warming gift when I first opened. So, not opened, since I first got, you know, headquarters. I don't know why I said opened. I'm not opened. I just, you know, it's just my headquarters. So since I moved in, there we go. Since I moved into headquarters, someone had bought me a headquarters warming gift, and it was Thomas. So I wanted to share with you a picture of when I first got Thomas, which I'll insert here in his little white pot. He has since grown out of that pot, and I've repotted him. I also want to go over that Thomas has just recently overcome an invasion. He was invaded by fruit flies. They did move the break room that was originally downstairs upstairs, and it's right down the hall for me. During the warmer months or warmer days before winter hit, he did get some fruit flies. So I tried to get rid of them just by putting up, like, you know, a bottle with stuff in it. You poke a hole in it and they go in there and they don't come back out. That didn't work. They got worse. So then I created a garlic spray, and I sprayed him down with garlic spray because that's supposed to get rid of fruit flies, and it's all natural. So that kind of worked. But then I found, like, you know, 5 days later, I still had fruit flies. So then I realized that the eggs weren't getting taken care of. Then I needed to kill the eggs. Then I did research, and they said that extreme cold kills the eggs. Uh-oh. Oh, I guess, is it on timer? Is it hot? So, guys, I just got a ring light, and I guess it stopped working for whatever reason. I'm sorry. I'll have to look into that. Anywho, so I took him outside while it was really, really cold one night when I was up here, and I shook all of his stuff, and I took the whole entire top layer of dirt off of him, and I sprayed it down again with garlic, and then I let it sit out there for a little bit. Right before I thought that the plant would get damaged, I brought him back in, and I heated him up next to the vent, and then I put more dirt on top, and then I sprayed that dirt again with garlic, and then I sprayed his leaves with garlic again, and then all of them are gone. But here's a picture of him, what he looks like now. I am so impressed on how this is growing. I end up killing everything that I plant that is indoors for some reason, but he's going strong, man. Like, Thomas is a trooper. So, guys, that's all I wanted to share with you other than the daily reading. And I do believe that let me go over it with you. It's Melody Betai, Journey to the Heart, Daily Meditation on the Path of Freeing Your Soul. And we are on January 30th. Warm up. Sit in the sun and warm up. Sit in the sun and soak up the love and warmth from the world around you. Take that warmth into your everyday life. Open your heart more to the people you see, the people you meet, and the people you greet. Most importantly, the people you love. Practice being warm, loving, and open. Do more than just think of a loving thought. Say it. Do more than just think of something nice you'd like to do for someone. Do it. Fear is cold. Sometimes we become so afraid of life, people, ourselves, so afraid that we become cold. Cold towards people, towards life, and towards our journey. We may not be aware of how cold we have become. We may have been cold for so long that we just don't see it. Being cold and afraid has become one of our everyday postures. It's the way we interact with the world around us. Now it's time to put warmth back in our lives. Don't let your fear turn you cold. Sit in the sun and warm up. Then radiate that warmth into people around you. Warm up to people. Warm up to life. Warm up to yourself. So, guys, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Be safe and stay groovy. Bye.